I wanted to just make a video because we do have a huge announcement, which actually took place, I believe, between last night and maybe this morning. And so I just wanted to share this information with you. I think this is huge. If you are an XRP fan, if you're part of the XRP community, the army, all that good stuff, if you've been a short-term or even long-term investor in XRP, this video is for you. So make sure you do like and subscribe to the channel because I am producing a lot of crypto content and want you to stay locked in to know what's happening in the crypto space. And so we're going to get into it. We have some news in regards to the new SEC chair, Paul Atkins. I'm going to share an article in regards to him being sworn in and what that could potentially mean for Ripple as well as XRP, as well as also the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit. So we're going to dive into that. But before we do, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. We're currently up over 1.5%, which is great to see. Bitcoin is sitting at over 90,000 right now. We're also looking to get back to a $3 trillion market cap. We're sitting at a $2.82 trillion market cap right now, which is awesome to see, especially after the crazy day we had on Wall Street yesterday. I think the stock market went down like 1,200 points or something like that. Currently, last time I checked, I think it's up like 600-700 points. So it looks like it's trying to shake off the losses that it had yesterday. But currently, as I mentioned, Bitcoin is sitting at 90,000 right now. Ethereum is having a nice little run above 1,500 right now, sitting at 1,650. And XRP is not doing pretty bad either, sitting at almost a 1% gain over the past hour at $2.13, but it is down on the 7-day. All right. So, not too worried about it. Still accumulating XRP, as well as other cryptos. Like I bought some, what was that? I bought some HBAR this morning. I think HBAR was at 17 cents. So picked up some more. It's also having a nice little run too. It's up almost 8% on the 7-day. So again, man, I'm going after those blue chip cryptos, the Hederas, the Cardanos, the Stellars, the XRPs. Those are the ones that I'm really primarily targeting in regards to my portfolio. It's kind of my strategy, but again, that's not financial advice. All right. Also too, as well, make sure that you're giving me a follow on Twitter, guys. Sometimes things happen so fast in this crypto space and I'm not able to get to my computer. So, if you want to stay locked in, make sure you follow me on X. So that way you can stay updated what's happening in the crypto space as well as what's happening in the casual crypto investor community. All right, so let's get into this article. It says finally, the new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, has now been sworn in. He is the new chair. He has taken over for Gary Gensler, and this is awesome. Super excited. But as the article states, right, could XRP finally get a lift as new SEC chair signals softer stance? So as we already know, Paul Atkins has been very vocal in regards to the SEC versus Ripple case. He really wasn't necessarily a fan of it. Was more so on the stance of Ripple's side. And so, which is great to see. And he's already come out that he wants to basically work with crypto, not against crypto. And so let's dive into this article because I think this article brought out some good points and kind of helped give some perspective in terms of what we could potentially be looking for as we embark on a new SEC chair. All right. So it says here, Paul Atkins just stepped in as the new chair of the SEC. XRP in particular could be one of the biggest beneficiaries of this. The token has fought regulators for years. Now the pressure could break and XRP's price might finally get room it needs to run. And I definitely think this is potentially possible. Also too, as well, it says here that Atkins isn't new to the SEC. As we know, if you watch any of my other videos, when he was in talks of potentially being the new SEC chair, he's been SEC chair before. So this is not a new position for him. This is someone that has a ton of experience, a ton of knowledge, and I think will be very good for crypto in his not new role, but his kind of revisited role, I guess, so to speak, right? So moving on, he said he served as commissioner in 2002 to 2008, but this time around, the landscape has shifted. Atkins, nominated by President Trump and confirmed by the Senate, is widely expected to bring softer, more crypto-friendly tone to the agency, which is great to see. Atkins has significant skin in the crypto game, with financial disclosure revealing up to $6 million in crypto-related investments. So he's one of us, guys. I mean, granted, I don't have $6 million invested into crypto. I hope one day to be there. But I am heavily, to my standards, invested in the crypto. So I'm glad that someone who's invested into crypto is in a position to find ways to integrate crypto, work with crypto organizations, companies, all technology, all that good stuff. So I'm super pumped for that. Moving on, it says those include stakes in Anchorage Digital and Securitize, two platforms heavily involved in crypto custody and blockchain tokenization. This stands in stark contrast to Gary Gensler, which took a heavy-handed approach to enforcement. And I think even, which I necessarily don't believe, but Gary Gensler has said that he does not invest in crypto and doesn't own any crypto. I've seen in some of his interviews. So we're literally going to two extreme spectrums. So even though Gary Gensler has said that he's loved crypto projects, so it's like, which one is it? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Which one is it? He said that he liked Algorand and he has mentioned other crypto projects, but yeah, I'm just glad that we have someone that's sort of, one of us in regards to this role. Moving on, it says that what does this mean for XRP? So a friendlier SEC could be the key to unlocking more clarity around XRP's regulatory status. Ripple has fought a long battle with the commission over whether XRP is a security. A leadership shift could tilt the conversation in Ripple's favor, which I definitely think is going to happen. Plus, Atkins led the SEC over 70 crypto-related ETF applications to review this year, according to Bloomberg. So again, we will see. I'm sort of speculating here, but I definitely think in the 4 years potentially that Paul Atkins will be at the SEC. I think we're going to see a flood of ETFs. Just as my opinion. But, you're going to see, XRP ETFs. You're going to see Solana, Litecoin, Cardano. You're going to see tons of ETFs in this crypto space. And from, my gut feeling is telling me this, right? Moving on, it says that a green light here could drive fresh capital into XRP and finally give the token the breakout investors have been waiting for. Wrapping up here, it says that still XRP hasn't exactly jumped to, on this news, it hasn't really seen the price increase because of this new appointment that has happened. But, and as well as just yesterday, or I think maybe a day ago, Coinbase launched XRP futures to the market, so you can now invest in the bet on the futures for XRP on Coinbase, which is great to see. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, but again, I think traders are still cautious without a definitive saying that this lawsuit is over. Banks are not willing to budge. Banks are super conservative. Financial institutions are super conservative, as well as just investors across the board. But if Paul Atkins says, "Hey, this thing is over," put a nail in it. XRP is a great asset. If he says something to that effect, I know he has to be careful of what he can say and can't say and all that kind of stuff. But if they indicate positive news in regards to XRP, I think that boom, you will see a price increase. But wrapping up here, it says that, but if Atkins follows through on a more open approach, XRP could be well positioned. A favorable ruling on or ETF approval could finally break XRP out of its sideways drift. And so I think that's a huge catalyst that we are waiting on. And I think that will happen. Not sure if it's going to happen next week. Not sure if it's going to happen next month, but relatively, I definitely think before the end of the year, we will see an XRP ETF. That's just my hunch. But once that happens, I think XRP could be off to the races. So guys, let me know what you think about this. Are you excited? Are you hesitant? What's your thought process on this? Are you still buying XRP? Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.